Good morning to all my viewers. We've been here before, but I have a lot of new subs, and to bring everybody up to speed, this is 9planets.org. I'm going to leave a link below for you. You'll notice on the left all of the different languages of the world and the names of the planets in our system and how we come down to them, and they're known to us through the different languages. And you'll notice at the top they're pretty much all the same, but once you start to get below this line right here, you'll start noticing the changes, especially where Jupiter and some of the other ones are concerned, the moon, because we get our word like Jupiter is Thor, is Zeus, is Guru, is the Zadok or Melchizedek. It's also Mushtari is where we get the word mystery school from. And of course, my favorite, Nibiru, is Jupiter. So it's really all about Jupiter, but there's so many hidden meanings in these names. And when they transliterated the Bible, they didn't translate it. They hid these names, so you don't actually know that the Bible itself is an astrological book. All religions are astrotheology. I don't care which one you pick. You'll find their names embedded and hidden in here. And also, come down to these footnotes. These are very, very important. The Astro Language Mini Dictionary. This link is phenomenal, and I'm going to take you there in a second. But here, adjectives, you have to know what part of speech. An adjective is a descriptive term. A noun is a person, place, a thing. A verb shows action. Even the word in the beginning was the word. If you do the etymology on the word, it tells you it's verb, V-E-R-B, and it means action. But the one that added to our original text was called adjectives. This is actually the bad guy. This would be Satan comes in and adds to the word, right? So he adds a descriptive term, and it's called adjectives. So you can look here at the adjectives. The English adjectives relating to the planets do not always derive simply from the noun forms. That's a very telling statement right there. So you have to look at Sun, solar, Mercury, mercurial, Venus, Cytherean or Venerian. Earth is terrestrial or telluric. Moon is lunar. Mars is Martian or Aryan. Jupiter is Jovian. Saturn is Saturnian. Uranus is Uranian. Neptune is Neptunian. And Pluto is Plutonian or Hadean. And then we go into the days of the week, and you can clearly see where we get these words. There's your Woden or Odin, Freya, and you'll know who you're dealing with, the god of the Sabbath or Sabbath, Saturn, and Dementia or Domitian, which means ruler, dominate, is the sun, and modern Italian, not to be confused with Latin. The Latin names for the days of the week survive in modern Romance language. Okay, so all of this is really a big word game. Even the Japanese word for the days of week also correspond indirectly to the same planets. And you can just go on with this and down to more origins from mythology. So it appears that our mythology is more true than our theology, if that makes sense. Two of the English month names also have planetary connections. January is named for the god of Janus, and that's the two-faced god, the one that sees into the past and into the future. And March is named for Mars. And also, you have your home, your appendices, origin, and the names. Use these links. I cannot continue to do everyone's homework for them. But in the Astro Language Mini Dictionary, there are 300 astronomical terms here. And it gives you the legend on how to read it. DE is Dutch, is German, Deutsche. You'll have to know these symbols, because when you get down into the words, you'll notice how he's going to break it all down for you into a codex that he prepared for himself, alphabetically, using the vowels mostly. And there's a particular reason for that, and it has to do with the way the mouth works. Vowels are made with the mouth open, and they prolong their sound, like A, E, I, O, U, but B, D, K. Your consonants are short, quick, and they cut off. And the name of God has always been used in terms of vowels, because the mouth, it's perpetual. Some consonants do it. The H, the H, the M. Let me pause here for just a second. Sorry for that interruption, and I hate being interrupted because this is really intense work. I have done my homework, Russian transliteration again, and you see how the vowels and the letters, consonants are played out there. But as you start going down into this, we're going to come to an unusual word that I found, and it's in alphabetical order. And all of these words have to do with astro language, from clouds to color index to comets, inclination, declination, how things are read in the stars, and he breaks it through the different languages and how we actually come up with these words. Like number 67 is Earth. How many of you know that the Earth is called Jordan? And it's one of the oldest names for Earth is Jordan. So to cross the Jordan, literally, is Earth. This is all very telling. I want to come down to a particular word because I've been working in another group. Here we are, we're getting close. Okay, and even the months are going to be in here for you, but like I said, they are in alphabetical order. Maj for May, they play Mahjong. It's all in the names, and they all know, the ones in the know, but we don't. And we're not in the circle. We've been left out of the circle. Okay, month. It's monad. It's monad. The T and the D are interchangeable. It's a monad. Okay, that is the word for month. Ma'and, mo'and. And this is a very unique word because it comes from the Apocrypha of John, and it's part of the Gnostic teachings. The monad Gnosticism, monad meaning month again, and we're not told this. The monad in early Christian Gnostic writings is an adaptation of the monad in Greek philosophy, a freaking calendar, to Christian Gnostic belief systems. And it's just a freaking calendar. The term monad comes from the Greek feminine noun monos, nominative, singular, one unit, where the ending S is the nominative and resolves to the ending D, and declension. In some Gnostic systems, the supreme being is known as monad, the one, the absolute, telos, the perfect aeon, the perfect age, the perfect month. Bythos, depths of profundity, proarch, before the beginning, hierarch, the beginning, the infallible parent, the one who is the high source of the perloma, the region of light. The various emanations of the one are called aeons, or ages. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, okay? According to Theodoret's book on heresies, the Arab Christian Monias from 150 to 210 use the term monad to mean the highest god which created lesser gods or elements similar to aeons or ages. And this can all become very, very confusing. You see, they've even got it as disambiguous and as Greek philosophy. Now let's look at what the Apocrypha of John actually had to say. There we go, Apocrypha of John. The monad produces from his thought a feminine divine entity or principle named Barbello. She is described as the first thought and the image of the monad. While Barbello is always referred to as a she is also described as the primordial mother and father. She is also regarded as the first man and described in various terms of androgyny. She is the first of a class of beings referred to as Aeons. And we have 12, and they're bringing in Ophiuchus, which is the 13th. An exchange between herself and the monad brings the other ages into being. So if we look at this as a celestial calendar, we really only have one woman in that ring that we call the celestial zodiac, and that would be Virgo. So we can actually change this Barbello to Virgo, and it's referred to as she, is also described as the primordial mother, which is interesting because the sign of Virgo is also a mutable earth sign, and you can easily translate that to miry clay. Out of the miry clay are the mutable earth and the father. She is also regarded as the first man, described in various terms of androgyny. Additionally, the properties of light and mind are born from the monad's reflection on the Barbello. Light is synonymous with Christ. Christ is the word Christos, and it means anointing, also called the oil or the Christ autogenes. That means self-replicating. Our DNA self-replicates. The light and the mind engage in further creative activity aided by and glorifying the superior principles of Barbello and the monad, which they've changed. This should be Virgo, this should be month, and it is the 7th month. September is septem. October is 8. Deca is 10. December. September is septem. This is why all the rituals are going on, and we're clearly told that this Nebuchadnezzar statue of iron mixed with miry clay is coming down, because you cannot do that. It will not stand. You can't mix iron or war with this Christ the autogenes from septum magic. The light and the mind engage in further creative activity aided by and glorifying the superior principles of Barbello and the monad. Together they bring forth further ages and powers. Now this word power in the Greek is logos. That's why all the big companies have a logo, and we were told it means love. Eventually, one of the ages, Sophia, wisdom of the Eponia, disrupts the harmony of this process by engaging in creative activity without the participation or consent of the spirit of the monad. And without the aid of a male consort. The creative power of her thought produces an entity named Yaldabaoth, who is the first of a series of incomplete demonic entities called the archons. Do you see where this is going? I'll leave a link below. Do your homework. we're in a spelling bee, and none of us know how to spell.